Throughout this gaming year, Stellar Blade has sadly been the center of a culture war. First, it was Eve is too sexy, and it's offensive and disrespects women. I talked about how ridiculous that was in my other video. Then the game came out and journalists were still focused on Eve's sexiness and how they can't unsee it. Games Radar, for example, put out an embarrassing article titled "Stellar Blade puts Eve in some incredibly stupid sexy outfits that hurt the game's story, but despite the forced sex appeal, I actually love her detailed design." The English tutor in me is having a fit right now, by the way. What is this title? Anyways, we clowned on that for a couple days, talked about how ridiculous that was. Then a day or two later, we now have the topic of censorship and have this whole censorship gate, if that's what we want to call it. Listen, I went to bat for you guys when we had the naysayers and the uptight people clutching their pearls at Eve's sexiness. They claimed Eve's lack of clothing would hijack the game, and that was all it had going for it. I made a video fighting against that, reminding us that the demo showed us tons of quality, excellent combat, and why we'll be there day one regardless. Only for day one to come, and the opposite side of the fence is now crying outrage because Eve now has a bit more cloth on some of her outfits. Instead of talking about how fantastic this game is, now that it's out, these so-called gamers are running around trying to hijack the game with this topic of censorship. The loud minority gets loud again, proclaiming that they're gonna boycott the game. They make endless amounts of tweets in protest against Sony, and they're even hashtagging Free Stellar Blade. It even got to the point of making and supporting a petition to bring the extra cloth back to the outfits that they feel were censored. Hi there, and welcome to our free Stellar Blade dating game. I am your host, Erica's for the win. Let's go ahead and meet our fine lady contestants. Our first contestant is none other than Lady Maria of Bloodborne. How are you doing today, Maria? I'm fine. Taking a break from making people rage quit to be here. You said there would be food. Yeah, we'll get you that plate. Are you ready to play the dating game to find your true love? Excuse me? What? Alright, and now for our next contestant, we have Millennia from Elden Ring. Hi Millennia, go ahead and introduce yourself. I am Millennia, Blade of Mikola. Yes, welcome to the and I have never known defeat. Okay then. And last, but certainly not least, we have 2B with us. How are you doing, 2B? I'm just here to remind everyone I am the original Stellar Cheeks. Now, 2B, we talked about this. We both agreed you would not bring that up. Well, it's true. Right, so true that you're here on a dating show. How dare you? We'll be right back after these messages. Coming this Saturday on To Catch an Undercover Xbox Fanboy. Oh no, it's Alex gets busted.
FBI, open up!
Tune in to see what happens. So it's time to take a look at our hunkiest of the Free Stellar Blade petition warriors. Okay, we're gonna go through a couple of them and then we're gonna get the ladies' thoughts and see who they want to go on a date with.
This petition is not only to free Stellar Blade, but to send a clear message to Sony, Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm signing this petition because Shift Up promised us a uncensored game. Sony promised us a uncensored game. And, I'm just putting my 2 cents in the mix, signing the petition.
I am signing this petition because we want the real Stellar Blade back.
Hang on, I know that man. This one? Yes, I know him. I know him very well.
Get away from me!
Power to the people, power to the gamers.
All right, Millennia. All right, let's give Millennia a round of applause. She found her true love. All right, so of the three here, Maria, how are you feeling? Who are you trying to go on a date with? Maria? Okay, we're out of time. That's all for our show today. I hope you enjoyed. Are there women on this? I'd like to change my ways. I'm not feeling this. We're out of time, 2B, but to answer your question, no. Listen, I've been playing Stellar Blade and it's an awesome game. Where I'm at right now, I'd probably rate it an 8.5 to a 9. I'm just enjoying the hell out of it. The combat is fun to master, the story is good, the side missions are actually great, the characters are interesting, and the boss fights are just so well designed. I still have to beat it to have a final verdict, but it's extremely accurate to say I am enjoying this game. And it's just such a shame that these so-called gamers won't give themselves the chance to do the same. And it's because of this principle they talk about. Ah, yes, the principle, right? If only the same principle applied to fake and fraud gamers and calling them out. But instead, you rather follow them in a war against this game, a game they're not even going to play. The Shift Up developers actually spoke on all of this and said that the bunny suit and the other design choices were final designs that they wanted. But even with that, people are still blaming Sony, saying that Sony's making them say this, and that there's this war against censorship that they have to pick up their sword and fight. This game of all games. And on top of it, getting mad at us for enjoying this game and actually playing it. There's also claims of the gore being toned down a bit, which I honestly didn't even notice until people nitpicked about that. I still think there's plenty of gore here, as well as plenty of sexy outfits for Eve. Because think about it, why censor this, but not this? And if we think critically about it, what really is the fuss about here? Regardless how you feel about censorship, and I'm gonna be honest, this is nothing to me. I don't even think about this stuff. I feel like it's such a waste of energy. I just want to play good games. But regardless, it's a shame that again, we have this culture war taking center stage instead of the game itself. As a gamer, it's very frustrating to see this because there's so much that Stellar Blade does well. It's polished as hell, there's no microtransactions, it has great frame rates, looks and plays amazing, and it's not a broken game at launch, something that we constantly see outrage about time and time again. There's also outrage about microtransactions and bad frame rates, and Stellar Blade does none of that nonsense. So they're going for the next thing, this so-called censorship. This game really honestly doesn't seem to stand a chance to live for these people if we're being real. If it wasn't this, it would be something else. Once these fake gamers have a culture war, they do not stop. But all we can do as gamers is just continue to game, and for me, make content on games, and just enjoy it for what it is. Stellar Blade is awesome. And more proof that 2024 gaming is on fire. I am having a blast. I can't even keep up. At this point in time, I'm juggling like 5 to 6 games, if we count Elden Ring in there, the second playthrough I'm doing. I have games on top of games right now, but it's not a bad problem to have. I'm having a blast. Anyways, that's my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was entertaining. Let me know what you think about this, because at the end of the day, I'm just enjoying the games. All right. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Talk to you guys later. Bye.